Hi guys, welcome back to Tech 702. Mike here. Today we're going to delve into the iOS versus Android debate. So we're going to figure out who was first, which one's more secure, who copied who, and which one should you choose. Stick around. So to tell this story, we have to go all the way back to the beginning, which basically involved three guys: Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and a dude named Andy Rubin. Now, Andy Rubin worked for Apple as an engineer from 89 to 92. Around 99, he actually went and joined a company that he helped form called Danger Incorporated. But we'll get back to him in a minute. So Bill Gates and Steve Jobs knew each other. Microsoft and Apple were established companies at the turn of the century. In 2001, right when the iPod was coming out, Microsoft wanted to release, which was essentially the first tablet. It was like a laptop hybrid. And so they're having a conversation about the viability of both the devices. And this is the first time that Jobs had the idea in his mind of possibly something that could turn into the iPad. Now, from this point of the story, it's basically tit for tat. The following year, Andy Rubin and Danger released their hip-top OS, which we all know from the famous Sidekick device, super popular. Now, it's important to note that the Sidekick was completely programmed in Java and Android did not exist yet. So a year after the Sidekick drop, Rubin takes off and forms Android Incorporated with the goal of creating the first open source code for mobile devices. Going back the other way, the year after that in 2005, Steve Jobs wanted to source something to develop the iPad, so he acquired a company called Fingerworks. They had the touch technology necessary to do the inputs that he wanted. Now, feeling the heat and worried that somebody would adopt an audio player on a smartphone before Apple did, he actually partnered up with Motorola and they came out with the Rocker, which pretty much sucked, but that's the first and only phone that had the iPod built into it. So now back the other way, Android starts feeling the heat from Microsoft and Apple. They go to Larry Page and Google to try to get an endorsement from Google. Google ends up plopping down 50 million bucks and just buys Android. Fast forward to 2007, Steve Jobs takes the stage and unveils the iPhone. Later in 2007, Android finishes their code and pushes it out to multiple manufacturers so they can be developing the first Android mobile operating system. After only a couple of months, HTC Dream becomes the first Android phone to roll out in 2008. So what does all this mean? Who was first? Well, I think it's important that we first acknowledge that without Microsoft and other innovative technologies that were acquired by the bigger companies, that none of this would have happened. However, the iPhone did release in its current iteration as we know it with iOS in 2007. Android did not release on a handset in Android form until 2008. So Apple fanboys, go ahead and rejoice.